Hi everyone, it's Jeannie again, and I am here to do a mid-year WIP parade. I've never really done a WIP parade before, and I honestly had kind of lost track of my WIPs because I had finished a few things and I'd started a few things, and so by pulling stuff out of my drawers and then referencing my decisions wheel, my tiny decisions wheel, I think I got it figured out, but I thought I've never really done one, so I thought I would do one today and kind of show you what I have. And I don't even know how many I have. Let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Looks like maybe 16, although one of these may be a UFO. I'm still thinking about it, but anyways, I thought I would do that. I'm going to loosely go from the ones I've worked on most recently to the ones I haven't put my hands on in a while. And I am doing WIP Go, so WIP Go is helping. I should touch everything this year eventually, except for the possible UFO, because I don't think I put that on there unless it comes up. I think I have a couple of squares that say like I can spin the wheel, and if it came up on the wheel, that kind of thing. But anyway, so let me, I'll just start here, and then if I have anything to say much about any of these, I will say it. If I don't, then I won't. I've really been enjoying watching people's WIP parades recently, even going back to the ones that were like in January or at the beginning of the year. And I also, I've been enjoying like the kit parades and things like that too. So I may do one of those two projects I have kitted, like, from patterns, and then also my actual maybe projects that I bought as kits, but we'll see. And I don't know, because my camera is a dinosaur, so I don't know if it'll make it all the way through, depending on how much I talk, but we'll see. But my first one I want to show you is, and I've been working on this fairly steadily since I started it. I believe I started it in March, and it was, I had one of my, it was a new start for WIP Go. I think I used that as the free space was a new start, and so I had this one count because I needed to do it. And this is Lizzie Kate's, so it's one of her inspirational boxers called Faith, Hope, and Love. And I'm actually doing this. I have a niece getting married in October, and so I am doing this for her. So I have made a few substitutions, and most of it's called for, it's mostly called for Classic Colorworks, but I did swap out the letters. You can see here the letters are kind of in a barn red, and I could not get that color. Also, the color, it was some kind of a gold for these words here, and I couldn't find that either, so I swapped out just a DMC that I had. And this is where I am on it. So so this is a really pretty kind of eggplant purple color that it's Salem by Color and Cotton. Bring that up a little bit closer so you can see it. But I thought it looked pretty with all the other colors. And so I don't have too much more to go on this one. I have a couple words down here, the phrase at the top, and then the florals. And this will be a heart on this end, and then the florals. And I think instead of these little motifs in the arch of the heart, I'm going to put their initials there, and I think down here I'm going to do a 2022 on either side of the heart. I hope it doesn't make this look too crowded in here, but I think I'm just going to use a small back stitch just so it makes it personalizes it a little bit more. But anyway, so but I've been working a lot on this one, and the one thing I'll say about this, you guys, is this is the called for fabric. What is it? It's supposed to be a 30 count Witchell natural, and it might be, but you guys, it feels bigger than a 30 count. It actually feels bigger than a 28 count. And if you're not familiar, as the thread numbers get bigger, the stitches are smaller. And so I would expect a 30 count to be slightly smaller than a 28 count. It wouldn't be by much, but this is 2/2. And, but it's linen, and, again, it feels like the stitches are really big, and this is slubby, and it's really not uniform. I mean, some of the stitches are square, some of them are kind of rectangular. It's really not very, it's not very uniform. So I'm not in love with the fabric. I'm not going to restart it. I think it'll be fine once it's done. But anyway, but that is where I am on Lizzie Kate, Faith, Hope, and Love. And that, again, is a wedding gift for my niece and her fiance. And I'm sorry, I'm going to have to do zippers and stuff in here. Let me look at that color and cotton color while I'm sitting here, because I'm thinking I got the name wrong. Yeah, so this is the color. This is the color palette. And it's, oh, sorry, it's Witch's Brew. And so it's kind of a variegated eggplant purple. It's really pretty. So, and then this is the DMC color that I substituted out. It's 840. So, so there's that. Another WIP that I have shown recently, and this I don't think I even have on my WIP Go board, because I think I just started it on a whim. I was wanting to do some beading. And so this is a Mill Hill kit, and let me cover up that pattern, and it's just one of their Spring Bouquet hedgehog. My daughter gave me this, and just as a gift for a holiday, and so I'm not going to turn that over because I've got the pattern showing, but it's on the perforated paper. I'm not even sure which way this goes. I think it goes like that. So this is where I'm at on it, not very far. You guys, I'm not sure how I feel about perforated paper. I think I need to get a bigger needle, because the needle keeps falling through the paper, and that's been kind of bugging me, but I don't know, I'm just getting used to it too. And this was in my era at the beginning of the year. I started this at the beginning of the year. It's kind of my new year, new start. One of them, I did 2 little starts, and it was, I kept having to frog. Oh my gosh. So, anyway, oh my gosh, you guys, I dumped that. Here's the little beads and trinkets for that Lizzie Kate, and I accidentally put the bag upside down, and I've dumped it all over the place. So, and again, I'm sorry for the zipping, but I'm afraid if I don't put things back, I will regret it. So, this one, you guys, is my, oh, and I don't have a picture of this one because I don't have my tablet in here. But this is my one. It's by Night Spirit Studio, and it's a free pattern by, and it's called Plague Nurse. And this is where I am on it. It's got a nurse in one of those bird masks, and it was a pattern for 2020. And I've already worked on this. Gosh, it seems kind of stretched out. One of the things I want to do with this WIP Parade too is take things out of Q-snaps, because I've been wanting a Q-snap for some other things, and I don't have any. I only have like one that's free. So so I think I'm going to take everything out that I'm not planning on working on soon. I hope that's okay. because it's kind of, I mean, it feels like it's tight, but it sure is looking funny. But anyway, I've shown this in past videos. If you want to see, but it's a free pattern on Night Spirit Studio. Really cute. And if you did not know, I am a registered nurse, so this is my little to remember the pandemic piece. One of the things that you've seen recently is my Janlin stocking. This has also come up on WIP Go. So that is the picture. And this was actually a Mania start a few years ago. But anyway, so I'm not very far in it, because with Mania, when you start a lot of things, you don't usually get very far. But this is where I am on this stocking, and that is what it will look like when it's finished. So pretty cute. My daughter likes penguins, and so I thought it might be fun to do this. I don't know that I'll make the stocking for her, simply because they already have stockings. And if you look back at my channel, you'll see the corduroy stockings that they have that my mom made, that I recently updated and repaired and I did that with felt applique, so if you're interested in that. So speaking of felt applique, I will also maybe show you my projects going with that. If you haven't watched a newer Flosstuber called Teeny Weeny Stitches, her channel is really fun. She has a really calming, like sweet, soft voice, and she does cross stitch, she does needlepoint, and she also does some felt applique, and I'm really into the felt applique right now, so it's been fun watching her channel. But again, Teeny Weeny Stitches, and if I can remember, I'll put it down in the description box. This one was also one that came up just recently in WIP Go, and so I was glad about that because I kind of felt like working on it. But this is a Dimensions kit, one of my first kits or whatever. But I was feeling like stitching some cats since I'm the crazy cat lady now. But I did swap the fabric out on this. It is 14 count. It came with 14 count white Aida. I swapped it out for, this is Monster Mash by Picture This Plus. So the cat's on green, and I think it'll look, so it's a variegated green and gray. And I'm sorry, speaking of cats, they are throwing themselves at the door to get in. But I think the cat's eyes look really pretty on this green fabric once I get down there. So, and I am doing the back stitching as I go. So I don't know if you can see there, but some of that back stitching is done. So, so that is my Dimensions Meow kit that I've been working on. And really, you guys, I haven't been stitching that much as I have felt like it. I've just been super busy at work and had some other personal stuff going on, so I haven't gotten as much stitchy time as I usually like to. This, you guys, is the Realist Fairy. Let me pull that out, and I'm sorry, I'm pulling these things out off camera because since I didn't take everything out of the bag, the pattern is showing for some of them, so I'm just gonna pull stuff out. But this is what she looks like. Hopefully that's not too blown out. It looks pretty blown out through my viewfinder, but usually I find that my videos look a little bit better once they're online than they look while I'm filming them. So, but anyway, that's what she looks like. And my daughter requested a fairy, and I have a Mirabilia fairy that I want to do for her. But I'm in a, if you haven't watched my videos before, I'm in a somewhat of a no buy or a low buy year this year, and I only had the fabric and like the specialty floss, and I don't have like a full set of DMC or anything, so I decided to just go with what I had, and I had this kit. So so that's what she looks like, although I did swap out the fabric for fabric I already had. So I swapped out the white 14 count Aida for 28 count Sprite Lugana. This is Picture This Plus, and if you've never seen the color Sprite, you guys, it's super pretty. It is this kind of pretty sort of pinky purple color, and I'm not very far on this. You can see I have just a little bit of stitching here. I think I've only got one color in so far, but getting my feet wet. I haven't done a lot on even weave, so it's kind of slow going, but I thought this color would be okay. I know it's going to be similar to some of the colors in the tulips, but I think it'll be okay, because I don't think, except for like right down here, it won't be right next to it, so I think it'll be fine. So anyway, so that is my Realist Fairy. Back in the bag here. I'm sorry about the time this is taking me and all the zippers. The next one I also worked on recently for it was a WIP Go call, and it is my Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery Halloween Spooky Sampler. And I'm trying to think, I don't know that I got my whole goal done on this, but I was pretty close. But I'm doing this in the DMCs. I think there are some fancy flosses in this, but this is where I am on it. So, and this is on Picture This Plus. What is this one? This is one of my favorite grays of theirs, Dapple. No, sorry, it's 16 count Dapple. So, and I pretty much finished up the square and then did a length of the border. And so I've worked on this one recently, and I do love Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. I would have loved to have done their stitch along. They have a really cute Under the Sea stitch along going on right now. Pattern is super cute. I would have loved to have done that, but I just, like I said, I'm really kind of trying to do I'm calling it now a low buy, because I haven't not bought anything, but I just don't need another project right now. So, and then this one, you guys have seen these two. This is my Blue Flower, a Greyhound Year. This is what it looks like. But this is designed to be on a 14 count. It's a calendar of greyhounds, and we used to have a rescued greyhound, so this is near and dear to my heart. But I am doing them on a bigger count fabric, and I'm doing them individually. And some of these I have fully finished, but I got to start when this got called for WIP Go. I got to start on July, because that was I think my WIP Go board was like either start or work on a greyhound, and this is where I am. I'm done up through June, and so I got to start on July, and that's where I am on it. Not very far. But yeah, these are fun, and I'm doing these on a variety of fabrics. This is not the called for linen. This is I believe this is also a witch oat, and it's kind of a real, I don't know if you can tell probably on the screen, but it's kind of a gray blue. But I have some of the called for, which I think is flax, and then I've been doing it on other things too, just scraps that I have or whatever. So that's my Greyhound Year. This next one, you guys, I actually owe this one some work. This was this is another Dimensions stocking, and this was a call for June for WIP Go, and I didn't get to it. Here's what it looks like. So it's super cute, but there's, oh my God, there's a ton of white, and I don't know. I didn't know when I picked this out that how hard it is to stitch on white, especially with the all of the different strands and everything. But here is where I am on it. Not very far. Let's see, hopefully that's. I'm trying to back stitch as I go, so I've just got some of those birch trees and one of the cardinals in already. This is a homemade needle minder that used to be a pin that my mom had. But this is a really cute pattern, but oh boy. So, and I think I must be, if I started in the middle, where am I? I must be here. So, and I was trying to decide, do I work up and finish the birds, or do I work down and work on the polar bears? But you guys, look at all that white. I mean, that is all stitched because the fabric is blue, and there's some gray, of course. But anyways, but that, and like I said, I need to do some makeup work on this one, because it was supposed to be in June, and I did not work on it. So, kitty, I don't know if you can hear him scratching at the door. I'm sorry. This next one, you guys have seen probably a few times if you've watched my channel. And this is a WIP Co call for July. So I will be working on this one in July. And this is my Riolis Wave. Super pretty pattern. I'm just using all the called for stuff in the kit. And this is where I am on it. So I was hoping to have a page finished last year, and you can see I didn't even get close. This is the first I've started working on it, but I do every time I work on this one, I really enjoy it. So I'm going to keep this one on the Q-Snap, because I'm going to be working on it this month. But that is the Riolis Wave, and I'm again using everything in the kit. This was a gift from my husband one year for either my birthday or Mother's Day, I can't remember. And then the other one that was also called for July, I will be working on. I haven't worked on this one in for a really long time. This is a Joy Sunday kit. The girl sat on a dragon reading a book, and that is this. You guys, I have since learned, when I first got back into cross stitch, I bought this kit because I wanted to do a dragon pattern for my son. And this, I think, is one of the ones that was maybe unlicensed. So I won't be getting another one of these, but I did, and it came with, what did it come, 14 count Ada. I did swap that out for a Fabrics by Stephanie. Oh gosh, I don't remember what this is called. But it's a really pretty color. But I just have her, like, part of her little skin done on her knee. Not very much. Oh my gosh, you guys, what is this fabric? I know it's a Fabrics by Stephanie. I usually throw the name of it into the bag, but I'll be darned if I'm seeing it now. But anyway, I want to say it was like Spring Meadow or something like that, but I wanted a mottled fabric, and I thought this would bring out all the nice colors in the pattern. So, but not compete too much, but anyway, but yeah. So this was before I knew that, about that fabric, or that some patterns were not licensed. So, I won't do that again, like I said, but since I had already bought it, I'm gonna go ahead and just finish this one. I do really like that one. I'm looking forward to working on it, because like I said, this was also this was a start for Mania in probably 2019. It's been a 2019, or yeah, I think it must have been 2019. This next one, you guys, I haven't worked on probably in 2 or 3 years. So I will probably take this one off the Q-Snap, although I do, every time I look, you go through your WIPs and you're like, oh my gosh. But this is a old Stony Creek book from, looks like the 80s. Let's see if it has a date on it. I'm looking. Do I see it? Obviously. I don't see it, obviously, you guys, but, I mean, come on. Holly Hoppy. I think there's geese. Yep. So it had to be from the 80s, but there was a pattern in here that I really liked. Let me see if I can find the picture for you on the inside of the booklet. And this was $1 at my used bookstore. Where is it? It is this one. Oh my gosh, the Irish Blessing has a place in my heart. So this is a portion of the Irish blessing. It says, may the sun shine warm upon your face and the rain fall soft upon your fields. But look at can you see that? It's all like mushrooms and flowers and dandelions, and it's just so cute. But you guys, when I started, this is one of the first things I started after I got back into cross stitching. And there's a lot of confetti in it. It's a typical Stony Creek. There's a lot of confetti. And I've been a little bit overwhelmed by it, but I think I won't be now, because I've done a lot more stitching since I started this. But there it is, and it's on Ada. You can see it's taped with washi tape on the sides, because I thought you still taped at that time. But there's a couple of the dandelions there, and some of the words. So like I said, I'll probably take this one off the Q-Snap, because I don't expect to be working on it anytime soon, although I guess it could come up next month. But this is one of my Q-Snaps that's been, that I haven't been able to, it's been packed away for a while. But so that is my Irish Blessing. And then I also have a really teeny weeny start on this is the Cricut Collection Autumn. Pull it out so you can see it. You guys are probably mostly are familiar with these. So cute. And there's that. And just using the DMCs on this. And I am using this is Mushroom Monaco, I believe. And look at that. I just have I think this was a Mania start too, but I just have a teeny tiny, I have what? 1, 2, 3, 6, about 24 stitches in there. Not very much, but there's my fabric. So cute needle minder on that one. But yeah, so this was a Mania start that I clearly have not gotten back to, and it has not been. It is on my WIP board, but it hasn't been called. I think it is. So there's that one. That's a WIP. Not much to look at. And then another WIP I have. This is also a dimensions kit. And this is some Christmas ornaments. And this is what they look like. Hopefully that's not too glary. And so I started one of these a few years back. These were probably also a mania start. And I know I've worked on this at least once. I've gotten pretty far on this one. I hope you can see that because it's kind of blown out again by my window. But yeah, so I've got a really decent start on Santa and getting close to the bluebird. And I did go ahead and cut my fabric. They don't recommend, I don't think, that you do that on the ornaments, or on the instructions. But I was like, I don't want to. When they're little like this, I stitch in hand. And so anyway, so that's where this. But these, you guys, are full coverage. I mean, these are no joke. I mean, here you're like, oh, they're Christmas ornaments. They won't be too bad. But they are full coverage. You can see here's the Santa here with the bluebird. And I think I'm not going to do the stitched outside border. I think I'm just going to do this and then the back stitching. I think that's what I'm going to do, but I don't know. I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. But lots of confetti in these too, but cute. So there's that one. And then this one is my Dragon Dreams, Dragon of the Deeps. And you guys have seen this one before. I'm not sure if this one was called for WIP Go, but I have worked on it, I think, fairly recently. These little corners are done, except for there's beading. It has Krynic. That's Krynic. I don't know if you can tell. It's like navy blue Krynic. And then this is a really pretty Karen Water Lily silk that does these waves here. So there's a row of beads and stuff like that. So that's where I am on this. And this is on Beach Walk Ada, and I think it's 14 count, maybe 16 count, whatever the pattern called for. So there's that one. So that is here's that pretty Karen Water Lily silk. Isn't that pretty? So, so I'm working on that. And haven't worked on it in a while, but I think I worked on it late last year sometime. So I just got a few more. Get that in the bag. Alright, and then my last one that I know I'm keeping is, this is the Blackbird Designs, the, what is this one called? 'Tis the Season. This one's hard to show without showing the pattern. Let's see if I can block it for you. Oops, sorry. That's what it looks like. And this one, you guys, I ponied up for the Belle Soie Silks. And I'm doing this one on Picture This Plus. What is this? Picture This Plus Jade. So I think it goes, which way does it go? It goes this way. So that's where I am. And I do love the silks. I love stitching with silk. Of course, if I could afford to, I would always stitch with silk. But yeah, so that is my home for the holidays. And this one, I think it hasn't been called yet either, but I think I'll take it out of the Q-snap because I've been looking for one that size. And I know now you shouldn't keep things on the Q-snaps just indefinitely. So there's that. And then my one, you guys, that might be this might be a UFO. This is a project. It's another Dimensions kit called Happily Ever After. And I do think it's really pretty. That's what the pattern is. There is what it looks like framed. But this is one that I started for my daughter and her fiance before they did not make it through COVID. So, so I started it for them, and then, like I said, their relationship didn't survive 2020, so I put it away because it was very emotional and hard for me to work on. But I got a little bit done. And this, I swapped out the fabric too. This is on 32 count Murmur Lugana by Picture This Plus, which it's a really pretty soft peach. And this is an even, yeah, like I said, it's a Lugana, so it's an even weave. But it is a really pretty pattern. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with it. And you guys, I actually